be flying
when
out.
when we went Nigeria 2019 and then we went to Velvet on Christmas Day, I said there's no way.
A friend was like, fam, why did you bait me out? Like, you can't do that. Like, I have a wife and kids. He was like, yeah, but your relationship is already crumbling. So for example, if I done something to hurt you, right? And you're like, crying. No, you're like, honestly, Beach is like, and you start crying. Like, I'm obviously like, I'm feeling emotional, but my facial expression does not change. It won't change. So I'll be just looking at you.
I don't know. I can't cry around you.
No, but it's. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the BTS Podcast. You are joined by your amazing hosts, Beatrice,
Tammy,
and Sharon, and welcome back to the BTS Podcast.
Woo! Guys, we're making this momentum because we need it, y'all. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Look at the people that I actually have to do it on a daily basis, please.
Boy, it is crazy.
We're still out here, y'all.
Same sitting. Guess what changed?
Not much.
Not much. What was I gonna say? Just randomly, like I know that. I feel like people know, but again, just to clarify, because we're now gonna be like 3 or 4 episodes deep with the visuals and stuff. But just to clarify again, BTS Podcast. It means behind the scenes, but also like it's our names, Beatrice, Tammy, Sharon, and I still feel like people don't actually get that.
Some people still don't know.
Yeah, after how long?
So what do they think it is? Just
Beatrice, Tammy,
Beatrice. No, but they don't think that our names are linked to the BTS.
Oh,
so what do they think?
They
BTS
just literally think
for?
it's just behind the scenes and that's it.
What do they think BTS stands for?
Behind the scenes,
but
they don't know that it's also part of our names.
Do you
know what I mean?
Yeah. It can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
To be honest.
whatever it means.
Beautiful trending sisters.
Excuse me?
Beautiful trending
I heard what you said.
No, but whatever it means to you, whatever
that's what I was
it
going
means to
to
you,
say. Whatever it means to
be
you.
calling us that. Make sure you're subscribed to.
It depends.
What do you mean?
It depends what they come up with.
Oh, it's true. But regardless, Sha, you should definitely be subscribing.
Yeah,
right now.
sure.
Come on. We've been giving you guys small now. Come on now. You can't be watching
Anything
for free.
for the boys.
Anything,
Anything for the boys.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, Sharon.
Oh my god. What was I gonna say? So obviously, like December is approaching, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I think in fact, by the time we drop this, it'll probably be December. So I just want to know, like, what's your guys' plans for Christmas? Like, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Let people know them.
I'm
you know
out.
what I mean? You're out again.
See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya.
God, you're annoying.
Bye bye.
I'm crying.
Sorry, like I don't think my family can subscribe to UK Christmas
you guys
again.
haven't done that in a while, have you?
No, I think the last time we did it was COVID.
Yeah.
Like we had to be here, and even then we're still breaking the rules.
Yeah, it's true.
Breaking the rules and changing the game.
Do you remember that season of Breaking the like the way you'd be like, oh my god, like only so many people are in the house, people aren't allowed in the house, you have to go to the garden.
I was in the shower. I always have my like deep thinking sessions in the shower.
Yeah, me too.
So then I was thinking like, god damn, like I remember like last year when we were trying to go last year we were like preparing to go to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when like you have to do like a COVID test before you could even like fly, and then you be isolating yourself for 2 weeks?
Yeah, before
the flight.
Honestly.
And you can even do like you have to start self-isolating. Not saying that you had it all, just to make sure that you didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking like, damn, like, I cannot believe we used to live like that.
Literally.
And like you actually have to take like a test like
that.
Like the thought of it now just gives me so much anxiety. Like,
fam, I'm just remembering
back.
that process of even doing my COVID test for that Nigerian trip. Like I told you guys, I went to do mine in Dartford, and it was literally like a car park outside. It was outside. I stood there, and like I thought that the guy would just give me the kit and then I just go. But like he made me like do it in front of him. He's like, open your mouth, touch it here, let me see. And I was like, oh.
Did you do yours at Southend Hospital?
You went
Southend Hospital, Southend Airport.
Yeah.
Mate, when I did it the first time, because I had to do it when I went to Dubai. And then I was like, I even thought that it was going to be, because I thought that it was going to be like, they would do it for you, but our one, you actually have to like
self-test,
do it yourself.
Yeah.
But I don't know, whenever you guys were like about to do a COVID test, like
you have some sort of symptoms.
You have some sort of symptoms that just come out of nowhere.
No.
You guys talk about symptoms. My brother had COVID. Like, I had to be wearing mask around the house. I wore mask in my own room. I was telling him to.
Why you wearing mask in your own room?
Because the air, you don't even know when the air circulates from the air might circulate from his place to
I was
yours.
even thinking, let me even start showering in my parents' room. Like, I can't be sharing the shower with him. Like, yeah, man. Oh,
No, but honestly, I swear to God, even just to do any sort of COVID testing, regardless of whether it's holiday, whatever it is, it's like when you really need to know, like, okay, cool, like, I need to be clear. Something in the back of your throat just starts scratching.
Before I went to Dubai, I was so ill.
I remember you were unwell.
I was ill. I was so unwell.
You were unwell.
My boyfriend at the time was unwell as well. We're thinking we're not even getting on
Yeah,
that plane.
forget it.
Just forget it. We're doing birthday over Zoom.
I remember this actually.
Yes.
Like, I was so sick because I think what happened was, so I did my test and then I went to go get my hair done.
Yes.
I went to get my hair done, and then I was even, the woman was like, "Are you okay?" She even did lemsip for me. I was so sick. Maybe I wasn't passing the hair that strong. She went to lemsip. I'm like, yeah.
Your sickness was different.
Oh my God, I felt so sick. But then when I remember when I got, okay, so both emails were coming to, both results were coming to my email because I was the one that did it with him at that time.
Yeah.
This makes me laugh so much, yeah. So I think his came in first, and I was like, oh, the test came back negative, and he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, like we can't even go. I'm like, it's negative. The negative is a positive result. I was like, oh. But yeah, and then I didn't have. I think there was just like something going around.
Yeah, I remember that
like,
period.
I remember when I didn't get it, I was like, oh my God, like, and then I just miraculously started to feel better.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I
honestly feel like it's all psychological. Like,
a lot of it, definitely.
Yeah, but I remember I was like, why am I getting a sore throat? Like, and I was like, and I remember I went to go do my nails. I was feeling ill as well. Like, I was just thinking about it, like, I cannot believe, like, that used to be, like,
and to be fair, I don't
life.
know, I'm guessing that there are some places where you still need to test, I don't think it's completely abolished. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
I don't know, it might just be vaccines now.
I think it's vaccines.
To be fair, you're right, maybe it's vaccines, yeah.
I think it's vaccines, but boy, was that a time. What?
Honestly.
Like, I was just thinking that, and I remember, like, even, like, going to Nigeria, like, last year, all my family... Yeah, like all my extended family got COVID, so they couldn't go. Mate.
Damn.
And then the red list. Mate.
Tragic.
Like, it was just
absolutely tragic.
It was just too much.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, God damn.
Something of the past now.
Honestly, because I remember, like, when are we? Because I think we spoke about this on the pod, like, when I was like, there's going to be a time where people are just going to be flying, whether they have COVID or not. It's going to be something of the past because boy.
Can't live like that for long.
It's crazy. And, you know, like, loads of people obviously went to Ghana, and loads of people actually caught COVID from, you know, when it was like that Ghana trip.
Christmas.
Yeah, and luckily I think
there were so many people.
The rule about you flying back with a test changed. So basically, like, you could go on a flight with COVID as if you were returning back to the UK. So I remember that one, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, like, what the hell?" So loads of people flew with COVID, but that was a time.
No, I think another thing as well for that Ghana trip, like, before people went to Ghana, I think you had to be fully vaccinated to even enter Ghana. Not even if you did a COVID test, I think you had to be fully vaccinated. Or was yourself
isolated for like 7 days, I think it was.
Maybe, but I just know, and people now started saying that they wanted to get the vaccine. Well, like, but the vaccine has been available for over a year, so now it's told you that you need to go Ghana. That is now.
I don't think there's any problem with that. What's the problem with that?
What?
Getting a vaccine just because you want to go on holiday.
So that means that you actually don't want to get the vaccine, but because they're requiring it in Ghana, that's when you're now discovering that.
What's wrong with that?
Because they were now, because you remember when you had to get 2 vaccines, they have to be in a.
The only reason I got my booster is because I wanted to go to Amsterdam. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone there.
No, but my point is that
you're not against vaccines,
but you're not against vaccines.
Oh, anti-vaxxers.
Yes.
You should have said it like that. Then.
Yeah, but I'm saying no. But my point was that. People that the vaccine had been, they hadn't even got their first one.
Yeah.
They wanted to get 1 and 2 in the space of 2 days.
2 days to fly out, literally.
That's
okay.
You want to kill. So basically, you want to kill yourself.
And my piano is good, but not that good. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I was saying that it was like a massive thing. Like, not that they were anti-vax.
No, a lot of them were.
No,
They were
but
like, I
that-
did not get the vaccine. Like,
not that they were
the
like.
government are tricking you guys. Like,
No, but what I'm saying is that not that they were like anti-vax, like they were the ones on the streets
No,
protesting.
but they do
But I was
believe
saying
it.
like they were making a conscious effort not to get the vaccine.
Okay.
And it's now that they're saying, okay, you need to be double vaccinated. Oh, that's when Mac can say, oh, the vaccine is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're good. And then they now wanted to be getting vaccine number 1 and vaccine number 2 in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
Something that you're not even supposed to get until it's like 7
And
days.
yellow fever and 1 as well.
Oh,
so how
yeah,
many
it's
vaccines?
true. How many things will be in your body flowing
gosh,
through the
like,
system?
all these
Walking
antibodies
vaccine.
just flying up and down.
You be on the train, on the plane high.
I just want to be high.
Get out of here. But yeah, you hadn't even said so this December you're out. What about you?
Oh yeah, USA baby, Donald Trump, we
Yeah.
there your side.
But you know he's not in power anymore, so.
But we're still there in his side. We'll face each other.
I'm so done.
I should
Don't kill
cry.
me.
I don't know what I'm doing for Christmas.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know yet. I'm still searching. I just think prices of everything is so.
Searching.
No, honestly,
No.
prices of everything is just so ridiculous.
I didn't even tell you guys. I booked my ticket on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we're going to Houston, right?
Yeah.
The flights to Houston are so expensive.
I'm
much
telling
is
you.
Starting 1,000 something
Wow.
from London to Houston.
That's disgusting.
So my uncle was like, okay, you guys should fly to Austin, Texas.
Mhm.
It's not too far. It's like
drive.
to drive.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
around. I think maybe it's like an added 30-minute journey to what would have been if it was the normal Houston airport. Cool. So we looked at Austin. Yes, it was definitely a lot cheaper. We were seeing around 700-800, which was well like, okay. So I think we still like they had we were seeing sales. We didn't book because we're also booking for another holiday next year as well. So we weren't really focusing on the one for Christmas. So then so it was still delaying. When then my dad was like, okay, let's just book this thing because it just seems to be going up. Because I think it was like 720 one day, then it went up to 780. Now we're now to 79. So we're like, let's book this thing. So even on the day that we were saying we're booking, we're still dragging our feet. Oh, let's book it. So around like 1:45. My dad ran into my room. The flight has gone down. The flight was now 500 and something.
Wow.
And when my dad whipped out the credit card so quick before he could say Jack Robinson, the numbers were in. The flight said, "You're off. You're off to Austin."
Don't kill me.
No,
Oh,
because
gosh.
honestly, and then when we checked back a couple of hours later, the flights went back up.
That's
no
really
way.
weird.
And you know that flight, because, okay, so we were looking on agencies, yeah, so the flights were like 700 and something. But then when we were looking on Virgin directly, that's the flight that direct, though, we're seeing per ticket 1,900.
Virgin is so expensive these days.
So expensive.
So why is it now that we're checking Virgin, the flight has now gone from 1,900 to 500 and something pounds?
That's ridiculous.
So we quickly just booked it.
Yeah.
And it now went back up to 1,000.
That's ridiculous.
Virgin?
Yeah, then honestly, like when we flew to Virgin,
Flew to Virgin. Like a
Flew
virgin.
When we flew touch for the
For an airline that's called Virgin, you ain't that innocent.
get out of here, man. But for me, I haven't ever used Virgin to fly to Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
And so my first time actually properly flying with them was when we went to New York, and then back from LA. So Heathrow, and I was actually I'm actually shocked at how poor Virgin is. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that everyone compares, like, if you want to do comparison to BA, people say that, you know, Virgin's way better and stuff, but one, in terms of the space on the plane, Virgin is small. Like, the planes are small, like the seats where your legs are compared to BA, there's 1000% a difference.
But are you judging it from? Are you doing it from economy?
Yeah,
like
economy. I'm doing a standard,
lowest...
the same grades, because even when we were walking past premium, the premium in BA was 100% better than the premium that was in Virgin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, it's the walking past premium.
Absolutely, can you imagine? God change our destiny. But anyways, one of the things as well is that, so obviously for people like us who we spend a bit and we have cards like Amex and stuff, we build up points. So the whole point is that when you're flying, people who are buying, when you see people in first class and all that sort of stuff, people aren't really putting down £10,000. People are using points that they've used for their normal everyday living towards these flights. Yeah. So for me, I'm typically in a position where I can always upgrade my flight by using my points, and I'm not happy to do so. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm like, cool, I literally have enough points to take me to whatever class I want to go into, right? Yeah. But with Virgin, with other airlines like BA, Emirates, whatever it is, you can basically use your points to upgrade yourself before your flight, and it's like a guaranteed like set amount. Like to upgrade to X class, you need X thousand points.
Yeah.
But with Virgin, you have to bid. So you have to basically guess what points you're willing to give up. It's like a spectrum. You put where you're bidding for the seat and like the amount of points you want to do, and then you find out like literally like, maybe like the day before or the day whether you've got the bid. And I'm like, that's not even guaranteed. Like,
so let's say that you bid like, I don't know how many points.
There's a minimum
amount,
as well.
X amount of points.
yeah.
And then you don't want that. Can you get the points back?
Yeah, you do get.
Yeah, you get the points back if you don't get it. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
my thing is that it's not set.
If they didn't,
It's not set and it's not guaranteed, so you can't plan knowing, or you can't know that
That's a
I'm
bit.
gonna get this ticket. Like, why am I bidding for a seat? And then
That's
also
not
You
they
can
just
pay cash if you want.
oh, of course,
straight
no,
away.
but I'm not talking about cash.
No,
I'm talking about in an airline that has rewards, because they have reward systems. Like, it's not a case where we're talking about a company that doesn't. They have Avios points that you collect. So I'm just like, why can't you allow people who have collected their points to just guarantee them that they will be able to use that to upgrade to X? Why are we bidding?
Yeah, because even in that sense, let's say that you're upgrading to like business class,
Yeah.
whereas economy you can only have one suitcase. So
yeah, it's
how
a whole
would you know if you
That's
could take
and this
all
is the
two
issue, and this is
suitcases?
and that's the issue that we found ourselves in, where it just I don't know, it's just really really silly. So I don't know. For me anyway, I was quite disappointed with Virgin's like system and the way that they do things. Obviously, people like I said will say that.
So did
customer
you
service
prefer,
is
okay,
better.
in terms of like the experience on the flight, if you're comparing
Yeah.
BA to Virgin, who would you go with?
I think I'm really indifferent. I just feel like people are just doing whatever. I don't think like Virgin, they really went above and beyond like they would do. I don't know. I just feel like that's dependent on class. Like, I just feel like economy, I'm sorry, but there'll just be a bare standard minimum service. Whenever you go up, it always increases. So,
Because I just
I
feel
just
like
have had quite a few negative experiences flying long distance with BA, which is why I
they're
typically
planes.
go
Some
for-
of them, sometimes it's to do with the
and
planes,
not
and
even
like
just
bolts.
that, even like flipping taking off on time, or like, you know, what
Yeah.
you had with Dubai and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
I feel like with Virgin, they will consistently get you to your destination in one piece at the time that they said. But I do understand, like, that was very
that
frustrating.
could be very frustrating, and I think with me as well, I just wish that Emirates just did different, like, more destinations in terms of like coming from London, because in terms of like
Service.
economy for Emirates,
Services.
And they've even recently just launched
The
their
premium economy
looks
as
so
well, and it looks
good.
so good, and I'm just like, why can't you just?
No, literally, I just
Yeah.
Because I think I tried to see if we wanted to go from like here to America, but then go via Dubai, but it was like there weren't even like any flights or anything. I'm just like, God. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but sorry, I can't do Christmas here. Like, even next year, I'm even planning for the next. Like, I can't do Christmas here. It's just nothing. Like, you just sit down and watch EastEnders. Like, I can't do that.
I used to love that though when I was younger, like having all my cousins, and we would always like go to my cousin's house and then we'll play games, we'll do all that, you know, and everyone does Monopoly, all that sort of thing, and then like, okay,
But-
you send us at this time. But now that we're all older, because people have different commitments,
Yeah,
like I can't guarantee this person's gonna be like with me during Christmas.
And I think
We fly
when
out.
we went Nigeria 2019, and then we went to Velvet on Christmas Day, I said, there's no
There's
way.
no way.
That I can
Christmas-
beat it. Christmas in Nigeria compared
Christmas,
to
completely
Christmas in a country where it's hot
It's
and
not-
it's a turn up
Yes.
place.
and also when it's not predominantly Christian, because the reason why things are open on Christmas Day in Nigeria is because half of the country is Muslim and they don't celebrate Christmas, so they don't need to shut down. Why are you shutting down the local store when Mr. Mohammed is not? Do you understand?
I hear you.
Mr. Jabril is not celebrating.
No,
Do you
but it's true.
understand?
It's true. I can't lie to you. Yeah, definitely turning up on Christmas Day itself is.
Fam, me and my
vibe.
brother went to flipping Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
That was our Christmas dinner.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
for sure.
Always again, you do miss the homey aspects. But to be fair, Tommy, you're lucky because you actually, even though you do that, you still have your family around you.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
true.
actually a different vibe when your family are actually like away and you're calling them and you're FaceTiming and you're seeing your, rather than actually being in the presence
Yeah, I
of
feel
your
like I
family.
find that probably quite difficult. Obviously, with last Christmas, I went with my mum, but then
Yeah.
Christmas Day, I was with like
Your
all my
whole
cousins,
family.
my uncles, my aunties.
Yeah,
like,
when you're
that
not-
was really wholesome.
when you're
And
not,
like,
it is
obviously,
different.
it's hot. We like had like we got a caterer to like do the food and stuff. We like were all sat outside and stuff. Like then Boxing Day we went to the beach. Like
It's just like a different
It's just
vibe,
different,
and it's
yeah.
just like I feel like in this country, you'll be slaving away in the kitchen, cooking,
plates.
washing plates. Oh, we need the roast potato, we need the chicken, we need the turkey. Oh, Uncle Johnny doesn't eat this, so we have to substitute it for. And it's just like, you know what? And it's just like, you know what? Sometimes even like, there's times where I haven't even gone to Nigeria. We've gone to Spain, like, and we've gone, and like, you just don't. Sometimes you just don't want
the pressure
to feel like not like you're slaving away in the kitchen on Christmas Day, like
that whole turkey thing and all that sort of thing. Is just
and then some people also go to church, so it's like you go to church, you come back, you're cooking. By the time that you're sitting down, you're watching something, and it's just like
it's so true.
And it's like you don't even have the day.
But obviously. We know that the real reason for Christmas is to celebrate the birth
of course, but it just feels like the day.
In terms of like Christmas in the UK, I feel like it just does feel a lot shorter because the day actually, like, the sun goes down really quick in December. Yeah. So obviously it's just
and it's cold. It's never really like warm. And
as you guys know, every week we do a song of the week, and this time it is my turn to do song of the week. And the song I am picking is Yeonjong Extra Cool. I don't know what it is.
What? I haven't heard that song.
I've not heard it.
No.
Get to know. Don't worry.
Wow, you're back on top with your music.
When we play, yeah. I'm in the game. I'm in the zone. Anyway, Yeonjong is like a known producer, and like recently he's like stepping into his artist kind of thing. Artist bag, because before he wasn't singing.
He wasn't, no.
And then when I heard Dada, heard the Dada remix, with Davido, I said, I think he's getting onto something. And then Extra Cool.
Let me even save that now.
It's such a good song. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, he's just getting into his more music bag, like his artistry bag. So I'm just like waiting to hear like loads more stuff that he comes out with. And obviously we've got some, you know, favourites from Yeonjong, like Mafo with Naira Marley. That was actually our 2019 Nigeria song. So so it's just good to see him stepping into a new light. New ventures and things like that. So yeah, my song of the week is Yeonjong Extra Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna start doing soon, but I was on TikTok recently and I found this dilemma. I might have sent it to you guys already, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but essentially somebody had like submitted the dilemma into a pod and the guy was like reading it live on the thing, and I'm gonna summarize it because it was like a little bit long. So there was a couple, they were getting married. She had her bachelorette. What's it called? Bachelorette. Yeah, I knew I was missing an L somewhere.
Sorry, pausing on that. On Real Housewives of Atlanta, I've just watched Cynthia's bachelorette party. Sharon, I know that you don't watch that. I know you don't, but that episode you need to watch.
I gotta watch
Some
it.
freaky stuff was going on.
I said that's the bachelor I can get behind, boy, but not that extreme.
Not that.
Shout. Anywho, continue.
I'm crying. But anyway, so the babe had her bachelorette party, and then the boy had his stag do, and essentially on the guy's side or whatever, they got strippers. Yeah, they got like some female strippers and stuff, and the husband to be, the one that was betrothed to another, he ended up sleeping with the stripper, but somebody recorded it, but you can't like see who it is, or you can see that stuff is happening, but you can't see the faces, and you can only hear one voice, and it's like one of the groomsmen, and he's talking or he's laughing or something, and you can hear his voice. So it actually appears as though, I didn't send you guys a TikTok.
No.
Oh, interesting. So it appears as though it's the friends that's actually sleeping with the stripper. So then the wife confronts the husband like, what the heck was going on at, because by the way as well, the groomsman, the guy who you can hear in the video, he's also married. So the wife is like, what's going on, like what happened, like da da da. And she had also said, by the way, like the one condition of this whole your thing, don't get strippers or whatever. So he was just like, oh, you know, the boys wanted strippers, and he's now blamed it on the guy whose voice you can hear in the video. It's like, it was him. And then the friend was like, fam, why did you bait me out? Like, you can't do that. Like, I have a wife and kids. He was like, yeah, but your relationship is already crumbling. So, I can't believe I didn't send you this TikTok. I'm going to send it to you. Guys, your relationship is already crumbling. So I said, let me blame it on you. But no, he was like, let me blame it on you because you lot are already on your way out. Those of us that are on our way in, we still deserve another chance. I was like...
Oh my god.
I was like, what the heck? So then the groom...
No, tell me looks like she's got a headache. The friend
was like...
I understand. So if something is falling down, should you now... If a ship is sinking, should you now push it down with it?
You know, never something.
When you have an injury, you're just having pepper.
He was like, what should I do? I think it's the friend is now sent in the dilemma.
God.
It's like, what should I do? Should I save my family? Or should I actually just
destroy another one? Yeah. Basically.
I was like, are you alright? I'm destroying the
Are you?
Yes. Are you joking? No, sorry. Even if my marriage is going downhill, you're not gonna lie on my name.
It's so true.
I don't know. It depends on the dynamic of the situation. Let's say I was the guy that has the wife. Yeah, let me just say that I'm the groomsman that didn't do it, but has been blamed.
Yeah, that's the one I sent in the
Is my wife friends with the...
I don't know, they didn't answer.
I'm just saying, like, it puts into... Is my wife friends with...
These are things that I would be asking.
Why? Because I would just have a small conversation with my wife, like, look, babe, it actually wasn't me. It actually was him, but...
Let's just... Because then you don't owe her any sort of... You don't owe her any,
do you understand?
But I guess his situation's a bit tight because if their marriage is already...
crumbling.
Then she's thinking, you are a lying cheater.
Let me blow it.
Yeah, but that's where he has to just be like, babe, like, let me actually tell you the real.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually not me there. Yeah. But that's just something that you guys have between you two.
Yeah.
But it depends on whether the wife is friends with the new wife, because she might have to have some sort of loyalty to her and be like, but...
In that situation, God forbid this will never be our story, but if your husband... In fact, actually, we don't even need to do it the way I was going to say it, but if your husband told you, for example, God forbid this will not be our story, but if your husband told you that my husband has cheated on me, are you telling me?
If my husband told me that your husband cheated on you, am I telling you and I'm your best friend?
What if he's the dilemma?
It was not Latoya, Keisha. I will be singing like a
Latoya, Keisha. No, Keisha.
Yeah, I don't understand what the dilemma is.
No, I'm just asking.
Tell me, you should.
No, because I really wonder, like,
but if we weren't best friends and we were just cool, that's the question.
Yeah, that's different though.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just asking, just in general, because I don't know, like, some people say that, like, you know,
their
husbands.
My husband would need to be okay with the fact. It can't be because my husband's like,
don't tell her.
Yeah, and my husband shouldn't put me in that position. Just don't tell me then.
Yeah.
There's certain things where it's like, just don't tell me then. If you know that I'm going to be telling somebody, just don't be telling me.
That's how I feel, you know. I'm just like, I can't lie.
But I think you have, unless you're like best friends, that would be the situation. But if I was just friends or friendly with the person, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, no, but that's what. But then my husband would know that I'm not going to say anything. I'm saying if my husband knows this is my best friend, I'm going to tell her everything. You don't be telling me stuff that you don't think I'm going to tell her. So if you just know there's somebody, oh yeah, by the way, I know you're not really going to go, you're not bothered by this, but listen.
No, but like, let's say like it was actually my friend. Like, I don't think I would say anything.
Really? If it was your best friend?
Not my best friend. If it was my friend, I don't think I'd say anything, because I just don't want to seem.
Can we bleep on this stuff?
Go on.
What if it was like? What if you found like she? That's not your best friend. That's your friends.
I don't know. I just feel like if I was no one in poly, like if it was anyone in poly girls, then yeah, that's fine. But out of that and like maybe, I don't think I'd say anything, because I just feel like.
Can we have another beep?
Yeah, go on.
What if it
Okay, yeah. that one as well. Like, there's some core people that I'm not my close friends. Though I feel like if I'm friends, like, let's say, like, I'm trying to think of an example.
If I flipped it though, I know that, okay, but no, it doesn't work
because I just feel like I've been in situations where, not that has happened before and then it's just completely backfired. I don't know if I told you about
one of your friends,
one of my friends that one of my housemates when I was in second year, her friend was chatting to, like, I've been in situations but like that before, and it's just like, I don't even want to be involved. So if I heard that information, I think I'd be like legally deaf. Like, I don't want to hear that because it's just too sticky, and I don't want to get myself involved in something and now have to start accounting for when I heard when stuff has happened, because I've also been in situations before when I've said something to someone and then it's now backfired on me, and it's just like, wait a minute, but I'm not the one. Like, you're not.
Don't shoot the messenger.
You're not focusing on the problem. You're focusing on the person that's told you.
Yeah,
so for me, it's just like, I don't even wanna.
Yeah.
I don't even want to touch that. I don't even want to be involved with that, because it's a situation where it's just like, I've been in too many things that have kind of gone down that road, and it's always ended with the person that is getting fired at is the wrong person.
For sure.
So for me, it's just like, I don't even want to dwell in that. So, but if it's my very close friend, someone that I'm like, I speak to on a day that I communicate with, of course I would 100% tell them. But if it's someone that I'm just like
friendly with
friend, like, see, like, here and there, like, you know, when you normally have link ups,
absolutely.
Then no, sorry,
Absolutely.
like,
I probably don't even speak to you that often. Then.
No.
Okay,
Impossible.
interesting.
That's a very mad situation. It's the fact that the group actually thought, you know what, I'm just gonna say you because your marriage is really crumbling.
That's wild.
It's that
That's
analysis.
so wild.
That's like,
so
and that's
wild.
your groomsman, by the way.
Bye.
You selected that person because you deemed them to be close to you.
Sorry, that is why.
Here we go. No bridesmaids, no groomsmen.
No bridal party.
No, it's true, but it's the groom that messed up.
It's no bridal party, because I just feel like some people, they just pick these groomsmen and bridesmen all in the sake of numbers. Like, do they actually, like, for someone, for the groom to even do that to the groomsmen? I'm sorry, but you people are not even friends.
Yeah, you don't respect him. You don't respect him enough.
You don't respect him enough. You're
telling me that my marriage is crumbled. That's why, but yours is about to. Cause
you've literally done the same thing. Like, what the hell?
Your fiance.
Yeah, you've done something to.
And I just feel like, for me, it's just like, clearly these grooms and groomsmen and bridesmaids are just little bridesmaids. Are not. They ain't cutting it for me. Flower girls ain't no flowers over here, boy.
That's funny. But yeah, anyway, that was the dialogue.
Interesting. Okay, so today's topic is sparked by a podcast, and it's I always forget it. I know it's BBB, but I forget it's like Bible Bants and Babes. I think that's what it is. Yeah. They recently had a live show actually, and like I was like, I didn't go, but it looked like it was It looked like it was really
fun.
Yeah, it looked fun. It looked fun. It looked good. And yeah, basically, I was listening to one of their episodes, and they were basically talking about like different apology styles, because I think they were just assessing like how do people say sorry, and like how different can it be, and kind of like, is there a way to like improve on that? Do you know what I mean? So my question to you both is, in a situation where you have to apologise, and think about a scenario where you said sorry, how do you actually apologise to someone for something that you have done?
I think for me, first is I have to understand what I'm apologising for.
Okay.
So you
always have to understand first before you apologise. You won't apologise without even gripsing what it is you're apologising for.
I have to understand what exactly I'm apologising for.
Yeah.
It depends on like the depth of the situation. Like, if it's something small, like, oh, you ate my chicken, and I'm not, sorry, I didn't mean that. Chicken. Like, I don't have to eat the chicken. I didn't know, like, petty stuff like that. But if it's like a sincere apology, I think I really need to understand what I'm apologising for, and then with that, then take accountability for, like, I'm so sorry, like, I definitely made you feel some type of way, and it's not even if I made you feel this type of way, because I definitely did. That you're bringing this to me, so I need to understand what I'm apologising for, take accountability, and then just generally genuinely saying I'm sorry and I hope it doesn't occur again. Like I'll make a conscious decision not to make this happen again, because I don't know. That's just how I feel like an apology can go.
Is that? Do you? I'm sorry. Actually, let me ask you first, and then I'll go to the next one. No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. How do I
you say sorry?
It depends on so many different things.
Okay.
It depends on like the person.
Okay.
And it also depends on like the severity of the situation.
Okay, tell me how it varies by
based on the person. I feel like some people like would be content with probably you just texting them like, oh, I'm sorry, but there's some people who probably want to like, I don't know, hear you say like if it's I don't know. Yeah, I think it depends on. Maybe I shouldn't say it depends on the person. Maybe it actually more depends on the severity of the situation. Actually,
I thought you would say that actually you would more warrant you're giving an apology to someone who is like someone you deem as like quite close and important to you, like immediately, and like you would do it with like swiftness compared to somebody that you're just like, please, Jerry, this apology was beautiful.
I don't think I would ever like not apologise to someone because I'm not close to them.
Yeah.
But I take apologies seriously, so I'm not going to apologise if I don't mean think it. I've if I don't mean it and I don't think I've done anything wrong. Not that like I will always apologise for making someone feel type of way. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm apologising for what I have done. Yeah. Like I'm apologising because you feel sad about it, but I could still be right with what I've done. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But you just have not taken it how I hoped that you would. In terms of like the severity of the situation, if it's something like you said that's like small, whatever, just text or whatever. But if it's something like severe, then I'm gonna probably have to call you or like I don't even know, like I don't know.
I was thinking about it also when I was listening. I was like, wow, like this is something that I know is my like an area that I struggle with, because like when I tell you, like some people, they are so easy, like it's so natural to them and they mean it.
I think I don't have a problem with apologizing.
See, for me, I have to dig, like, you know, like when
you've improved.
I've improved, but for example, you know how you said you will obviously first of all, regardless, apologize for how they made you feel, and then you need to but you still need to do some reflection. For me, that reflection part normally comes first. I'm not first to then say I'm sorry for making you feel that way. I'm like,
no, I think what's going on? Like, it's not for me. It's not that I'm. What I'm saying is that I have to understand. Yeah. What I've done, and why am I apologizing? Yeah, but I think that's the thing for me. I have to understand why am I apologizing. Yeah, and I think.
But if it's not clear though, are you still like you?
I need to for me to understand. It means I have to go and invest, like do some, like ask some questions, like okay, what did I do? Yeah. How am I doing it? Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to make you feel that way, and I'm sorry that I did make you feel that way. Yeah. But for me, it's never that I'm pondering that. If I don't have a problem apologizing, so I feel like, but then at the same time, I don't want people to think that I'm saying sorry just to be saying sorry. If that makes sense. I don't want people to think that, because, and I think also now goes on with your actions as well, whether you keep on doing the same thing, and then it just seems like your apologies don't mean anything.
Absolutely. But for me, it's just something that, like, to this day, like, I know that it's a weak point of mine, in the sense that, like, I am very literal with the way that I speak, and when, like, if someone's hurt, like, you know how some people, like, I don't get me wrong, like, if I see someone, like, crying and upset, like, I am feeling emotional, but you will not tell, like, you won't be able to tell, like, I'll just be looking at you, like, she's not, especially if I at that time,
I don't understand.
So for example, if I've done something to hurt you, right, and you're like, crying. No, like, honestly, Beatrice, like, and you start crying, like, I'm obviously, like, I'm feeling emotional, but my facial expression
does not change.
It won't change. So I'll be just looking at you.
I don't know. I can't cry around you.
No, but especially
it's so funny,
wait. It's more, especially when I don't understand
why you're crying.
Like, what I've done to warrant you crying. I don't get it. So I'm just like, what? Like, this doesn't. I just don't. I don't get it. But again, I'm not like so like, but I just find it difficult to really like empathize with things that I don't really understand. And because I don't really understand, you know how you say you ask questions, my own can be quite like, I'm asking questions that's like very much like, okay, but
yeah.
And that's the thing that I do a lot, and that's something
people think that you're like raw, like you're like when you're asking
I can
the
be very
questions,
it's quite rigid.
I don't know whether it's like the word to use, like abrupt, like you're very
like, I think people are like, I don't get if you're actually trying to find out because you care, or if you're just doing it to prove a point that you are not wrong.
Okay, so is your thing? No, is your thing that?
But I'm using it to find out more about what I've done. But because of what I'm asking, people are just thinking, are you trying to just prove... Are you trying to dismiss my feelings and just basically prove to yourself or prove that
but
it wasn't warranted?
I think it depends, because sometimes you're not saying sorry because you think that you're wrong.
Yeah, you're saying sorry just to acknowledge
that.
But that's the thing that I said that I definitely struggle with doing first. Because before you do, if you spend too much time wondering on the why, especially when it's something deep, that you need to like go back and be revisiting what you did last week. And for me, I hate delayed stuff. So when people, my memory is also rubbish. So when people start going to the stuff at the back, I'm just like, oh my God, like I'm just more frustrated. I then now start becoming more frustrated. The fact that why are we having this discussion today when we could have had it back then? And do you know what I mean? My mind just starts going so many things. Like, I'm annoyed at the fact that now you've come to tell me 2 weeks later. I'm annoyed at the fact that literally we've been hanging.
This is the thing with you as well, actually. I think you even start to get annoyed on top of the person being upset.
That's the thing.
And I feel like that's why it's like, obviously we don't have this issue.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if somebody's upset if they're upset with you, and then they come to you and they're like, yeah, this is how I feel, you're right in terms of like, your first reaction is not to apologise, it's more to, although I do feel like you've improved a lot in this,
definitely.
whatever, and I don't feel like you're really giving yourself like...
No, absolutely,
you know what I mean?
and that's testament to my boyfriend, because, but continue.
Anyway, I don't even remember the point I was trying to make.
That I,
in terms annoyed. Of like, she'll like get annoyed like if you bring stuff up late, but for some people it's not that they've brought it up late, it's just that maybe they've like
developed the feelings later.
No, not even that, they dismissed it the first time because they were just like, do you know what, it doesn't seem like, I think it was just a one-off sort of thing, and if you do it again, it's like, oh, I've noticed that you did this last time and you're doing it again today, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's probably it. But I feel like most time it's not a repeatable offence. But anyway, my thing is that I can be quite somehow when it comes to my apology. And then I just wanted to know, okay, so you said the different ways that you apologise. So is the way that you apologise to people the way that you want people to apologise to you? Is that the way that you have based the way that you give out apologies?
Yeah. For me,
so you feel like you'd be happy to receive an apology the exact way that you give it?
Yeah, because to me, when I'm apologising, I'm definitely taking accountability and I'm acknowledging not where I've gone wrong, but where I could improve. Yeah. If that's the thing.
Yeah.
And for me, taking accountability is one thing that, if you're friends with me, if you're like, for me, you have to take accountability for a part that you've played in any situation. And for me, if you don't take accountability and you're telling me your sorry is void in my book, because clearly you're not getting it. Yeah. And like, you're still trying to like duck and dive, like you're not trying to take accountability for the part that you've played. Yeah. And I think that along with acknowledging it, like being genuinely sorry, I think it all goes hand in hand. You can say sorry and not acknowledge, and I'll just be like, well, and then you have those people where they keep saying sorry, but you keep doing the same thing. So I don't even want your sorry.
There's no
F your sorry. Yeah, please. I don't want it, because it's getting to a point where I'm even feeling sorry for myself that you even telling me sorry. Do you understand? It's just like, please, I actually don't need that. Right. So that's just...
Yeah, what about you, Sharon?
I would love to receive... I would love to receive apologies the way I give them. And I feel like that's even the issue with some people giving me apologies. Like, I'm just like... I feel like apologies are like 2 stages. Number 1 is the way you've made the person feel, and then the second part is actually like your actions, like actually like changing the way that you behave. There's no point you telling me sorry for the way you made me feel and then you continue to do the same thing, because then you're just coming back to say sorry for the way that you made me feel. And then also, some people, when they say sorry that you feel that way, but it's just kind of like, you shouldn't feel that way, which is like, I just don't think that you can tell somebody how they should feel.
And
obviously there are some people, sorry, I was just going to say there are some people who, you know, we would maybe consider like a little bit dramatic in terms of like any little thing is like a trigger for them. But I don't know, you just have to deal with that, I guess.
And this is the thing that I was going to say, that actually I feel like it can be a bit problematic where you are wanting an apology based on the way that you would like to receive it, because it's like, how can I explain it? Like, if I am always like, okay, the way that I say sorry to people, the way that I would want it is the only way that I can accept and acknowledge someone apologizing, I feel like it's unfair to people, because people have different ways of doing it, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't actually truly sorry. So like, for example,
I think just, sorry to cut you off, I think we're saying two different things. I would like for people to apologize to me the way that I apologize to them.
But are you receiving?
But when
other people
don't do it
the way that you do, are you receiving it the same way?
It depends on how many times you're committing the thing. Yeah, like if like, to me it's like, okay, if I've told you that, you've done this to me, and then they've said sorry the way that they know how to say sorry, then okay. But if you keep on doing the same thing and then you keep on giving me the same sorry, I'm gonna stop saying that you need to say sorry to me. Clearly that's just what you like doing.
Do you ever ask somebody for an apology?
I think I'll say like, never ask. I was like, you need to apologise. Because of this, you need to apologise. Like,
I've never done it before.
I've never. And the thing is, I just don't think I ever would.
No.
Only because, like, if you don't even feel in your heart that you want to apologise, I'm not asking.
No, I don't even think, like, sometimes, I don't say it all the time, but if I feel, like...
Yeah.
Very...
I feel like
it's more, and especially, I think I use it most when I'm telling someone about someone else that they've wronged.
I was just going to say that.
I'll be like, you've done this and you actually need to apologise to so and so.
I was going to say that's the only time
where
I would actually be like, you need to apologise. Not to me, it's on behalf of somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I've said it in the sense that that person needs to apologise to me. I'm like, listen, you've done this. Like,
absolutely. You can see that.
No, but I'm saying that. I'm like,
but if you said it directly to the person, you said it to somebody else, saying that person.
No. I'm saying it directly to the person. I need to say sorry to me.
Oh, okay.
I'll be like, listen, you've done A, B, and C. Like, you need to, like, this is
you
not
need to
cool.
take
Like,
accountability.
you need to take accountability. Like,
I can see
I think for me, accountability and, like I said, accountability and apology comes hand in hand. So when I'm telling you, you need to
like, okay, you know what, I actually did it.
I understand. You need to apologise. It's not the words, it's the action.
It's that, like, you need to do this.
I hear you.
But yeah, definitely on other people's behalf, I'll definitely
because the reason why I was saying about the different styles is that, for example, like, I know there's some people where it's like, when they're maybe like me, obviously, like I said, anyway, I feel like, let me not talk down on myself, because I definitely think I've improved, but if somebody who was like me before, or like even worse, is like quite harsh with the way that they say they apologise and stuff, I won't look at it and be like, and get annoyed at the way that they apologise to me, because I feel like sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you're like, I'm annoyed at the way this person has come and said sorry, because really and truly, like, why didn't they mention X and X? But let's say their actions show that they are genuinely sorry. You can't always set that expectation that...
But you won't know though.
No, you will. You will know. Not as in, like, following that point on, they've never done the thing that they apologise for again. So you know that, even though they were harsh in the way they delivered it to you and you had the conversation...
Yeah, but they might be upset at that moment in time with the way that you delivered the apology. But your actions come later.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm trying to say is that in the grand scheme of things, you can't be holding on to the fact that this person does not apologise to me in the way that, like, you need to change the way it is because of me. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? That, like, basically what I'm trying to say is that people have different apology styles.
People have what you're saying is people have different ways of apologising. And someone might have apologised to you in a way where you felt like they didn't apologise properly. Yeah. But their actions later down the line have proven that they've actually apologised properly, and they've taken account to what you said.
Yeah. Like, for example, on the podcast, I think he was mentioning that, like, there's one of their boys where it's just like, if he, like, does something, he's just basically gonna like drop you a message to be like, sorry my bro. Like, no matter how deep it is, sorry my bro. and that's what you like. No, there'll be nothing else with that discussion. But that is his genuine apology. You might feel so deep about something, but he's like, sorry, my bro.
And what can you do? You can't do anything.
And that is his apology. So what I'm just trying to say is that, like, people have different ways of doing it.
And for me, the other day, someone like apologized. Like, someone said something to me, and I'm like, that is not cool, what you just said to me. And then the person was like, oh, like, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. And then because I like went on about it, I was like, yeah, because you can't be. And then the person now said, oh, but I've already apologized, so why are you still going on about it, trying to draw a man out? I'm thinking, honey, this isn't a draw out. This is just me telling you that you cannot be doing, like, what is this? Like, and I don't like it when people will be like, but I've already apologized. But it's like, but we're still on the same page. Like, we haven't moved on just yet. Just because you've apologized. I hate to
cut you off short by just saying sorry.
That's the thing. Like, people abuse apologies.
Oh my gosh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, cause that's
when
why
you're expressing how you feel, and they're like, all right, sorry. Wait, I haven't finished pleading my case.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Going back to what you were saying, what I was trying to say is that I would like to receive apologies the way that I give them, which actually makes sense because obviously but it's just like love language. But it's just like love languages. Like you do things.
Yeah, but no, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that you tend to show love and like you know, with apologies as well. You tend to give them in the way that you think is best, which is how you would expect to receive them. But actually, listeing to what you said, maybe I shouldn't do that. But no one's ever told me that my apology is not good. So. Do you know what I mean?
I hear it. But
it's an interesting.
It's definitely something that to just like take a second and just think about it and just think, is there any way I can improve myself in this situation? But that's basically what we discussed today.
Another thing that we need to discuss at a later point is the study of African parents and apologies. Yeah, that's another conversation.
Literally, because that's where a lot of problems. That's where a lot of problems stem from, boy. Because people don't know how to do it because of what their parents have done. But anyway,
the fish stinks from the head down.
Oh gosh, it's his will.
Iyanla Vincent.
I'm crying. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, make sure you guys follow us on our socials. That is BTS Pod _ And again, we hope you enjoy it. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, watch this video, share it with everyone, and literally just stay tuned and up to date and shout us. Let us know if there's anything you want us to discuss, and let us know in the comments how you guys think about the way that you apologise. Let us know what are the ways that we can learn. You know what I mean? Okay. But as always, make sure you follow us, and we'll see you guys in our next one. Bye.